Hi everyone. Welcome to week 4.
Woohoo!
Here we are wrapping it up.
That's it. This has been a big, heavy month. Lots of information all about unconventional grief and why we may experience it, right? We have, there's everything that's comes at us like a loss. We might experience grief. And there's no rhyme or reason. There's no right or wrong. It is what it is. But sometimes we don't even notice that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we just not sure what we're feeling. And now maybe you start realizing grief doesn't only have to be about death and losing somebody. There's lots of ways and lots of reasons why we would grieve. So we just wanted to mention some of these unconventional ways, right?
Yeah. I'm going to start with a little story though, which is usually on the loss of a person, but it can be applied possibly in other ways. And I thought it was just a really interesting story. It was actually David Kessler, somebody that he worked with, was working with people in New Zealand in small little towns. And this one town, when somebody was grieving, when somebody had lost someone they loved, they would, the entire town would actually shift something in their house. So they would move a chair or a dresser or some big obvious piece of furniture from where it always stood to a different place to witness that person's loss, to recognize that that person is going through something very, very difficult in their lives. And I thought this was really a wonderful way to sort of embrace that person without being in their space while they're doing their actual grieving. And
To
that
show
it
their
still
respect.
shows respect for them and for the loss of that loved one.
It's interesting. I mean, I don't understand necessarily why, choosing a piece of furniture would, but maybe it's just because it's like a visual.
Obvious, yeah.
And even in your life, like if all of a sudden your fridge is over there and it's making you kind of out of your comfort zone. It's reminding you that somebody else is also going through that. Maybe.
Right, that person's also been thrown into a discomfort, right? An uncomfortable changing situation.
Yeah.
I thought that was a lovely little
Well,
story.
and that just shows you again how, if you are in the right community, if you find your tribe, how people can be there to support you. And that's a really unique way of doing it. But we all can find ways that we can help raise people out of this sort of darkness when they're feeling grief, right? We will all, unfortunately, experience some kind of grief throughout our life. It's, a roller coaster ride, and we weren't given any promises of a smooth sailing, right?
No,
so
life is not easy.
Things are going to come expected or unexpected, and grief is a big part of the process. So learning how to deal with it. We mentioned the 7 stages of grief. So just kind of being aware, oh, okay, I am in this part of the process, or again, just knowing there's, it's kind of mapped out for you in some, open thought way of, you don't have to go exactly in order, but that you fit in somewhere along there.
It's that grieving is unconventional, right?
Yeah.
That there's different ways for every person to grieve, that it doesn't have to fit a mold.
Or a timeline, or you don't have to be going through the stages in order. You skip some, you stay on one longer, or not at all, right? So that's reassuring. And don't forget, again, you have those tips and tools, things that you can try. Not only the ones that we mentioned, but there might be other, people. Go to people who have experienced what you're going through and see what they did. Listen to your elders. Get wisdom from other people who've gone there, who've walked those shoes, right?
Who've had to work their way through grief like that.
Yeah. It may or may not work for you, but trying things, right? Why not give it a try if it could make you feel better or uplift your situation?
That's right.
Yeah.
Overall, just take your time. Let yourself go through the process, whatever way that looks like for you.
Yeah. Again, no rights, no wrongs. And remember, it's totally natural. You're not, a freak. It's not strange. This is just a natural part of life. And grieving a loss is absolutely part of that. And you're not alone. You'll get through it.
It's okay, and this too shall pass, as my mother always says.
There's always the other side of things, and you will get there eventually. So,
That's right.
Yeah. So, unconventional grief, we're going to leave it there for this month, and we hope that you've had some, you know, thought-provoking things and some I don't know, self-processing, discovery, development work going on there.
Yeah, and ways that'll get you through the next time you have some sort of loss that you didn't expect in your life.
Yeah.
Just remember all those tips and tools and the different ways that we've discussed that can really help you get through to the next stage and keep your hope up.
Yeah. And we look forward to seeing you next month. I wonder what that theme will be. You'll find out. Bye.
Bye.